Ladies and gents, welcome to another. I suppose I want to call this Skrew News, Skeleton Crew News. Haven't done one in a year or something. But what we're going to do today, guys, is I've got a dear guest here. Is this icon on my left, Mr. Tako, who's been a dear friend of mine, and also in our Discord in the Skeleton Crew. And I'm going to do a series of episodes where I get one of my dear friends and I stick him in the seat and interview them about their thoughts, hopes and dreams of Star Citizen. And at the end of the show we'll also go through some hot topics. In this episode we're going to get Mr. Tako's opinion on the Aurora MK and also just go through the 4.7 patch notes. So welcome, Mr. Tako, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolute pleasure, mate. We've known each other for a few years now. So let's start off with a little bit about yourself, just to put it on record. Anything that you want to share, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, this is a long story. I'll try to make it short.
Yeah.
I'm a French Canadian.
Yeah.
I was born and raised over there, and I moved to Japan almost 10 years ago. I've been living in the countryside ever since. And Star Citizen is pretty much the only game I play. I don't really play much games. Star Citizen is it for me. And for a living, I do machine learning, sort of mixed up with software engineering on one side. And on the other side, I'm an apprentice blacksmith here in the countryside.
That's right. You're a samurai master, aren't you? The maker of swords.
Something like that. Yeah, we don't make swords, but we do make our steel.
Right. Okay. So the forging is something newish. Is that right? Is that something? Or you've been doing it for?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, on a serious basis, yes. I started last August. You could say it's a sort of a formal apprenticeship. I go there every week, but I don't even know if you know this, but even before I moved to Japan, I used to have a knife shop.
Oh, I did not know that.
So
okay.
Yeah, so I used to do software engineering back home, and I one day I was like, I'm sick of this shit, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. And my own thing happened to be opening a knife shop. And when I was running my knife shop, it was getting sort of popular, and people were asking me questions I would not be able to answer.
Yeah.
And that's when I figured maybe I should go to Japan and meet a blacksmith and, learn a few tricks, learn how it's made. And that's where I met my current master. And At the time he told me, if you want to become my apprentice, because I asked him at the time, he said, if you want to be my apprentice, learn the language and come see me again. And I learned the language. I went to see him again, and now he had an apprentice with him. And that guy was Canadian as well. So I was like, dude, your Japanese must be sick. And he was like, no, I don't speak Japanese at all.
Right.
And I was like, what's going on? And he happened to be a blacksmith before that. So that's where his strength was. He was already doing the job.
Yeah.
So his Japanese was not great, but he did the job. And anyway, a few years goes by, and last August I asked him again, and he was like, you know what? Why don't you come in and spend some time with us?
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Good times.
So it's part of your background.
Yeah.
So knives and stuff are way part of your
yeah,
background.
Yeah,
okay.
I started, maybe 11, 12 years-ish ago, I opened a knife shop, and it sort of died with COVID. That's a long story too, but it sort of died with COVID.
All right, let's get stuck into the Star Citizen interview now.
Yes, sir.
Pivoting to, I suppose, I've got a list of questions here, but I'll tell it in my own way. Do you remember your first memory of seeing Star Citizen, and when you decided that, yep, this thing is for me?
So when you say like see Star Citizen, you don't necessarily mean in game, but like maybe promotional videos and whatnot.
Outside, yeah, before you knew anything about Star Citizen. I know
No,
I know my distinct second when someone showed it to me, and I'll share it with you. But yeah, did you have a moment that you saw it on a poster or on Steam? Not Steam, but you know what I mean. Somewhere on the internet.
yeah, I know what you mean. And the funny thing is, not only do I not remember it, but like I forgot that I pledged.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I pledged, and at some point, I don't know, I got an email, and it was like 2 years in. So I think I pledged in 2014 or
Yeah.
2015, and until like 2017 or something, I didn't know, we had anything.
Right.
So yeah, unfortunately, I do not remember. But obviously, if I pledged, something clicked with me, and obviously it's stuck because it's 2026 and I'm still here.
Right. So Star Citizen is like a Las Vegas tattoo for you. You woke up one morning and you're like, "What are these ships? What's the ships I've got in this account?" Fair enough.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, you said you remember the exact second. Can I ask you what that was?
Yeah, so I was in the office in a previous company, and two of my friends that you might have known in the past. One of them was called Spartus, the other one was called Nick Fly.
Yep.
I was walking past
Yep.
their computer. I didn't have a PC. I started streaming, but I was just streaming on my PlayStation at that time, and didn't have a PC.
Right.
Hadn't had one since I was a little boy. And as I walked past this computer in the office, he's like, "Hey, Moz, come have a look at this." He waves me over, and then there's this picture of a freelancer. And that's when my brain exploded, and my whole imagery up till today of the skeleton crew and what I'm trying to do with this little Discord and the way I'm trying to play and stuff was born in that split second when I saw this freelancer.
Oh man.
It was like a first time I've ever seen like a computer game that has like a spaceship that looked business orientated. Like you're a trader, what? And he's like, "Yeah, you can do cargo in this ship." I was like, "Oh my god!" Anyway, yeah. So the freelancer and walking in the office was like the split second that I fell in love and ended up buying a PC, and then you know the rest, right? So
the rest is history.
Yeah, and I hate MISC with a passion. Ever since I got got into the game, I hate MISC. But yeah. Anyway,
that's funny.
So Ben, I know the game shifts over time. It's like the sand dunes of a desert. Over time things change, friends change, mechanics change. And I don't know how often you've been playing recently, but do you have a favorite ship today or all time?
Yeah, the short answer is no. I mean, yeah, the short answer is no. My favorite ship was supposed to be the Hull C, and I don't think I need to go into details about this.
Yeah.
The Hull C was sort of what made me spend money. Because at first I had only the Aurora, and when the Hull series came out, I mean, the JPEGs.
Yep.
That's when I put money on the table, and that was it. But right now, unfortunately, I don't. I have more of a toolkit than a favorite ship.
Yeah.
I use the Wolf to travel fast and the Prospector for mining, but that's it.
And it's funny, right? You start the game like with a romance for the ships, and then when you start playing it, even me, like I was like, I'm gonna be a Drake guy, and then as the years go by, I'm like, screw that. I want the meta. I want to use something that is the best at this or the best at that, and I've tried to be loyal to Drake, but I've become more of an RSI guy. Cool, man. So the Hull C, so that fits in with my next question is, and again, this is subject to change. I'm just sort of asking, ideally, what typical role or play in the game attracts you the most? Like exploration, trading. I'm guessing Hull C means, do you want to be a trader? Is that like your ultimate goal? Or
I mean, that was at the time. I could say that was at the time. But it sort of shifted, and it's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the development of the game. And you were making comparison with Sand Dunes earlier, and I feel like the game sort of does that to you, right? You come in, and I thought I'm going to be a logistics guy, and now they're talking about crafting. And while having a Halsey might be a little too much for that, there's still this need for commodities and with specific qualities.
Yep.
And I do feel like I want to maybe not trade from point A to point B, but I definitely want to get into getting good quality materials and selling them to people, or crafting stuff and moving the stuff that we make elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very interested in that part of the game.
Yeah, and that part's just kind of been born recently with, as you say, crafting and stuff.
Right.
And qualities given to minerals and whatnot, which is good. We can talk about that a bit later.
Yep.
So far, so when did you start playing Star Citizen, like properly? I know you bought the account and forgot about it, but when did you start playing roughly?
Like really playing, sort of on a regular basis, I think it was like 3.0.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. I think that was about
something like that.
18 or something, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, in all your times, do you have a one or two memorable moment that puts a smile on your face in SC?
Oh man, that's an easy one.
Okay.
It's not that long ago. I think it was last year. All of us, we did the Stormbreaker thing. We fought the worm, and at the end we got ganked by a bunch of murder hobos.
Yes.
And it sucked, but like that moment, we just had weather. We just had clouds. I think HDR just came in not so long before that. Like visually, the game was just so nice. And then we had this nice piece of story. We didn't really have any lore or anything in Star Citizen until last year. Yep. And that moment where we were doing like chaining these missions to get to the worm, and there's these dark clouds, there's lightning everywhere, this giant worm comes from the ground after you put the egg in the machine. That's just, I think I'm gonna remember this for a very long time. That was a really good time for me, despite the way it ended.
Yeah. So we were doing killing the worm, and then a bunch of PvPers or whatever came, and we just had a battle with them for like the next 40 minutes, I think, until you have no ammo left and no will to live left. Yeah.
We left with like one fang and two pearls, and that was it.
That's right.
But we managed to leave, and that's that's a win for me.
Yeah, we got something out of it at least. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about those story moments as well that recently kind of been injected in the game, and that the big worm boss is one of them, and ASD and Rock Breaker events are pretty good. I have a lot of memorable moments. One of the funniest, I mean, there's moments of pride where I've tried to get better at PvP, and then
right.
I think because I'm going to be interviewing everyone, I'll probably go through all my memorable moments as I interview each one. So for this episode, my memorable moment, dude, is you might have even been there. I'm not sure. But the people that were on the Discord with me might not have known how important it was for me. But when I was streaming, there was a guy that was stream sniping, and he's like one of the lamest stream snipers ever, right? And he actually...
Oh, I think I was there. Yeah, around you, Babbage. keep going.
Yeah. So he used to like completely stream snipe me. Like he used to come into a bunker, like... the PvE bunkers in the old days, and then used to walk right behind me, shoot me, then go like on the mic and just make funny noises and run off, right, and things like that. And then in the chat he would like troll me for the next 10 minutes, and I'm an adult, it's all good, right? But he kept doing it, and then someone showed me a video of him on YouTube, he created a video like he was one of those gangster pirates that kicks ass, and I was in one of these footages, and ironically, it wasn't of him even killing me; it was him killing one of my prospectors that we were escorting. It was a weird video.
Okay.
It was like, look, I've got this streamer, but he wasn't even killing me; he was killing someone else. But he had my face. Anyway, really weird. We ended up meeting this guy again, and I think you might have been part of the gang. I know even like Space Eddie was there and a few other people, and it was like 3-on-3 or 3-on-4. It was quite even.
Yeah.
We engaged them, and we fucking like completely wrecked them. And
I remember this. It was around Port Tressler.
Yes, it was at one of the space stations. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had a
I clearly remember.
I had a massive high, man, because. Not only did we defeat this guy, but I did it with you guys. Like, we did it as a crew.
Right.
Yeah, and we ended up killing him and his mates. And anyway, that was one of my memorable moments. I've got plenty more to go through, maybe next episode. Next question, Tako.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the development of the game? Like, are you optimistic? Have you given up? Are you in the grey area? Like, give us a sense.
I mean, I have to say I feel optimistic. Like, there's no denying that we feel like I feel like we're headed somewhere compared to 2 or 3 years ago, where I feel like they were erasing the whiteboard every week, every quarter.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're headed somewhere. Ever since that Citizen Con where they showed their vision for Star Citizen 1.0. I mean, it's been a bit of a slow pace, but like, I feel that since that time they showed that, like, we're headed somewhere, and I feel like it's going forward. There's some things I don't like, but that's, I guess, different. If we're just talking about how the game is evolving, the development is evolving, I think I'm fine with whatever's going on right now. This space is, knowing what we've known, this is night and day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of positive developments, and again, a lot with this ASD, the new Rock Breaker event, and putting in a giant worm, and then crafting and things moving like a lot quicker than before, which is really good. So you're optimistic.
I got a tip. Yeah, I'm optimistic, and I have to tip my hat to Benoit Beauséjour, the guy who's been hired as a CTO eventually. He was from Turbulent Games, and they hired him, and ever since that time, I mean, obviously there's been some bumps on the road, if you will, but like, ever since he joined there, I feel like communication on the technical side has been a lot better. He's a lot more vocal than whoever was there before. Like, do you even remember who was there before Benoit Beauséjour?
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he always looked like he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mad panic. He always looked like he was scared when he was on camera, dude. I don't know if you know. What was his name? Oh man, this is shocking. Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't look like he was having fun ever. He barely cracked a smile. He just looked wide-eyed, and because I think it was a lot of smoke and mirrors back then, and he was pretending that it was a lot more than Todd Pappy. Todd Pappy,
but Todd Pappy was the how did they call him? He was not CTO. He was like director of the PU, right?
Yeah. I think they reshuffled. Yeah, I don't know who the CTO was before, to be honest. Yeah. I thought it was Todd Pappy. Awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that you're optimistic. That's good.
Oh yeah.
And what feature excites you the most? You might have answered that before. Like, is it crafting and maybe that feeding into the economy or something else?
I mean, it's a good question, but at the same time, I feel like it's not necessarily what feature excites me the most, but maybe sort of finishing them. We got a whole lot of T0s. Yeah. Just bring me all the T4, baby. Yeah. I just want all of them maxed out, polished and everything. Base building, I mean, there's no lying. I'm gonna be enjoying base building and I'm gonna have some fun, but I don't really care as much as having some purpose in a way. I don't feel like that base building is gonna give me that sense of purpose as much as having really polished crafting, really polished, trading, hauling, mining, all of those industrial jobs, salvaging. That I just want all of that to be polished.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. I think that's where most veterans are these days. Like, what's your hopes and dreams? For things to work.
Yeah.
I can relate to that, mate. My hopes and dreams is like, my answer would have been like the net code. I want lag to go. I want desync to go. Like, I don't care about any features at the moment. I just want that fundamental foundations of the game to improve. But
that's right.
Do you find, I'm sure the answer is yes, do you find that this is a stupid question. Do you find that your play style has changed over time?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad question. It depends who you ask it to. But like for a guy like me who's been around for a long time, I feel like you just have no other option than changing your play style because the game changed, I was really into trading, and then they physicalized everything and it became a bit more messy, and then I got my hull C and it was broken, and I became a sort of a loot goblin and murder hobo together, shooting down people, stealing their armor.
Yep.
And then you couldn't loot people's armor anymore, and I was like, well, shit, what do I do now? So I went, looting, and so I do feel like my play style has changed, but not. It was not up to me. It was up to wherever the game was headed.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I'm getting back on track with crafting out now. Yeah. Spent the last 2 days mining, and it's been a good time.
It's good, isn't it? Mining with a purpose, like finding stuff that you can use for crafting. I think it's awesome.
How many asteroids and rocks you just passed by and ignored before because it was just not the mineral you were looking for because you just wanted to make money. Yeah. Whereas now, even the shitty minerals, you kind of want to have them, but in good quality.
Absolutely. It's all about quality now instead of even the mineral. Like, you'll take anything that's good quality.
That's right.
Yeah. Is there are you one that watches, so for me to answer, yeah, absolutely, man. That's why I think it's a silly question with Star Citizen, because the content isn't fleshed out and it's in such a development cycle that month to month different aspects of content get delivered to you. So in order to enjoy them, you kind of change your play style organically to follow the waves and motion of the game as it throws content out at you. Like, if it gives you ASD, you're doing FPS missions for the next month, and then there'll be a hauling event and you'll be doing cargo, whether you like it or not. You'll be doing it because it's something that the game's given you, and you're like,
that's right.
We're all burnt out, we're all waiting for new content. So if I have to pick up rubbish as an event next game, I'm all down for it. I'll be picking up rubbish and new babbage. Like, let's go.
That's so true.
Are you a guy in general that watches any of the esports and stuff, let alone Star Citizen esports stuff, like Daymar Rally?
No, man,
anything like that?
Not at all.
Yeah,
I wish I had time, but I don't have a lot of it.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Daymar Rally is like an 8-hour video. So yeah,
right. And I do feel like most events are around Europe or the US, which is in total conflict with my time zone. Yours too, I guess. Yeah.
I tend to, me, I'm trying to get better at like PvP when I can, so I do tend to watch the fighting events at Mo Esports. Shout out to them, they do a great job, professional job, like ESPN doing this stuff. So yeah, I like to see what like the latest PvPers are using and what weapons they're using and what ships they're using and stuff for a bit of insight where I can. But I found that like some of the events, like for example the Anvil Arrow Mark II, the F7A Mark II is banned. Like they can't even use it because it's just OP. So
oh, you meant the Hornet. You said the Arrow.
Sorry, the Hornet. My bad. Yeah, the Hornet.
Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
yeah. So
okay. I was like, Arrow Mark II? Tell me more.
Coming soon, apparently. Not. So yeah, I do watch a little bit. I try to watch Daymar, but that's just too long. I do go to Bar Citizens and stuff in Sydney, and I've had a great time at this Bar Citizen and whatnot. And
yeah,
Citizen Con.
I would love to.
Yeah, they're super fun. A whole bunch of other SC people, and you just
And it's Sydney, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to Sydney twice. I've done a Bar Citizen, once in Melbourne, and obviously went to Citizen Con last year with Mr. Fusion and Z-Man. That was just fucking awesome. Just had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great weekend. Hoping for more Citizen Cons. Yeah, hopefully they'll have another physical one if they make a lot of money at some point. Next question. This is one that I've been talking to some friends about. People come at this game from different angles, right? So, Star Citizen is an MMO. It doesn't look like an MMO. It looks like a AAA game.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you think about MMOs, right? Like, they're all on a map, on a single two-dimensional map, right? And
right.
Maybe apart from Elite Dangerous, right? Even No Man's Sky is not an MMO to me. It's a weird co-op instancing type sort of hodgepodge at the moment. And then you got other MMOs like Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online and all those ones. So this is ultimately an MMO, and MMOs have got massive grinds to them and repetitiveness to them. Like no one's come up with a new MMO system, right? That feels like you're living in a world and you get up and you go to work and you have a husband and a wife. No one can do that, right? So are you an MMO player? Are you comfortable with that? Because I have friends that are expecting, for example, a more of a single player type experience with like awesome quest givers and cutscenes and all that, like quest lines and no repetitiveness almost, right? But they don't play MMOs is the pattern that I've seen with them, right? Whereas so are you what's your take on the MMO aspect of the game? Is that what you wanted, or what was your dreams? Are you okay with the grind? Let's put it that way.
Look, let me put it that way. So MMOs to me, they have sort of mandatory gates. Like you need to hit a certain level to enter a certain place. You need to have a certain skill in your skill tree, and like you hit these roadblocks, and you have to grind to reach those points. Tomorrow you can go in Star Citizen, buy a $40 ship, and just like steal someone Polaris, and now you got sort of I'm doing the quote sign here. I'm quoting this Polaris. You got the strongest ship in the game, and you can just go, destroy everything you want. There's no gates. You can go. It doesn't matter if you have a $40 ship or a $4,000 ship. You can go the same places as everybody else.
Yeah.
And so to me, it doesn't feel like an MMO much. Like it's just online and massive. Yeah. But like I need the aspect of the players to be there to make it feel real. Because single player, let's say Squadron 42, right? It's mostly the experience that the people you're talking about probably want, which is fine, but like everything is scripted. And when something is really deeply scripted, it doesn't really feel alive to me. I want to see that idiot guy eating a hot dog on the back of his car, and like I want him to do stupid shit, and that's what makes the game feel alive. Like people being serious and people being stupid, and all of those people stuck together in a box just makes it feel alive. I need that. I don't want, I don't chase PvP. I'm not much into PvP. If it happens, I'm okay with it. But I feel like we need that interaction to make the world feel immersive, and I'm all for that immersion.
That's interesting. The way you've said that, man, it's because I sort of said like no one's created a new MMO system that has changed the world, but you're kind of alluded that Star Citizen is an MMO and has changed the system in the fact that you can't go anywhere. There's no gatekeeping per
There's
se.
no
So
there's no barrier of entry to
Yeah.
anybody. You can just hop in and do whatever you want.
Yeah. The Aurora Mark II, mate.
Yeah.
Question 1: have you got one?
No.
No? Yeah, either do I.
No.
Question 2. I mean, I've got it on the screen here. What do you think of its looks?
I think it's good. I think they really nailed what a Mark II should be.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely different almost, isn't it?
Yeah, but the silhouette is, to me, is what's important, and it still retains that silhouette.
Yeah. Yeah. Dune Awakening came out, right? And
Yeah.
the ornithopters in that game
Yeah.
were, buzzing around our screens when the game was popular. And then someone on Reddit or someone put a Aurora picture with the wings out, like an ornithopter,
Yeah.
like a mashup.
Yeah. I remember that post.
Yeah, I'm convinced that this game has got such dynamic development that they absorbed that, and it impacted this design, because they meme themselves as well. I think on April Fool's Day they showed like a bunch of these things with their wings vibrating like an ornithopter, so they kind of leaned into that as well. But I just found it interesting that memes and stuff are impacting the development of this game. Like, if Dune didn't come out, maybe this thing will look different slightly. I don't know.
I don't know if it's just because English is not my native language, but I didn't pick up that post on Reddit as a meme. I thought the guy was just trying to give an honest take on the Aurora and what it could look like. I didn't think it was a joke. I thought the guy was proposing something, his vision, and I thought it made sense.
Yeah.
And I can totally see designers picking that up and adding it to their reference material.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a meme. Maybe I read it as a meme because I just sort of scanned the thing and didn't maybe absorb the tone of the messaging potentially. So this thing has got.
It began with an idea, more than curiosity.
This thing has got better armament. It's got 4 size 2 guns. And its modularity is something that's, I think, a bit new for a starter ship. But you're aware of the modules, I'm assuming.
Yes. And honestly, if that's what it takes for not having to pay extra for paints on variants, like they did with the Apollo and the Hermes. I'm all for it. Just make all the freaking ships modular and let us just buy paint once.
Yeah,
I think the modular thing is great, to be honest. Especially this one is hot swappable, right? You can just take your tractor beam, pull it out, pull the new one in, and fly off.
Yep, absolutely. I wonder if they'll add more modules in the future at some point as well. Who knows? A medical bed, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it'll become too powerful. They've got a world of balancing that they have to do all the time. Yeah. So at the moment, it's got a TS module.
Sounds possible.
Yeah. I mean, if they get desperate for sales, anything can be sold. It's got a TS module which gives 6 extra SKU. I think it's got 8 SKU. Does it come with 2 SKU and then this adds another 6? I'm not sure.
Right.
But the combat module, though, gives you 8 size 2 missiles, which is handy. And it gives you an extra shield generator. And shields are back in play at the moment. So I don't think it's a bad PvE ship for a starter at all.
Right. Yeah. No, PVE for sure. That seems like a pretty decent choice. I mean, it's a starter. I think it's a pretty decent starter. Maybe the best starter.
Yep. I mean, the Nomad is something that is kind of equivalent to it. Is that a starter ship? I'm not sure. It's probably top echelon starter ship.
It used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be a starter. Yeah.
And I think that is obviously the RSI designs. They've leaned into that. It's a beautiful looking angular RSI ship that I love.
Look, I want to add something. Earlier we talked about the evolution of the development. You know, you asked me how I felt about this.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I do feel like them focusing on a specific manufacturer really made them step up their game. A lot of people gave shit to CIG for the Meteor, you know, because it was not that great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I really think it gave CIG the tools to sort of brush up on their ship making skills, and like things are moving faster and better and prettier. Like if you think about all the RSI ships we got in the past year, isn't it sort of mind blowing versus what we got, you know, before that?
Yep. Like the Connie looks so dated. The Aurora looks so dated.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like I get in ships now that feel so dated, and it makes you realize, you know, just how well they've been working lately,
and how much it's improved. Yeah, I mean, I've become like you. Funny that you mentioned RSI ships. The reason I've stopped becoming a Drake fanboy as much as I was is because all these new RSI ships are just like, you know, just like candy to a kid. So I had to stop myself from getting this ship. If it was something I could like properly PvP in, I would be all in. But again, it's just a starter ship. So I don't know if you've got the screen in front of you, the website.
Yeah.
If you scroll down a little bit, there's a picture of an Aurora with its stats, and I just wanted to get your sense of your favorite skin. There's a few skins that has come out of. So if you have a flick through them, what would be your favorite skin? I think I already know mine.
I would probably go for either the shade one or the medallion. I'm a simple man.
Green, okay. The olive green is the medallion, and the shade, I would definitely go with the shade. The black, it's beautiful. Yeah,
the Caspian one is just too much to my eyes, and the shimmer scale one, the sort of neon green and purple one looks good for an Area 18 fanboy, but not my type.
I think that changes color as well as you move around it. The shimmer scale, it's like a pearly
right.
Yeah. And Cloudbuster is blue and white. Awesome. And then in the same breath, they did something weird, man. They also released another Aurora called the Special Edition.
Yeah.
Which I think is a mashup of all the other Auroras.
That's right.
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that like a...
I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings. I think it's great. It's like a way to honor the one, sort of, give it it's sort of its gold pass, gold standard pass, in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just feels like, well, if I can get that, what do I need my 3 other Auroras for?
Yeah.
Might as well just get rid of them.
Yeah. It was a weird move. I feel like look, CIG have to sell ships. They have to do anything they can to continue to sell ships. I get it, right?
Yeah.
It's their revenue stream. And it can't be avoided until they come up with something else, which I don't think they ever will. So I think it was like, how do we maximize this Aurora stuff? Let's release something for those fans that want to say goodbye to a classic. But how do we make it different enough for them to spend money on it? Oh, we'll mash everything together.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting release.
You had a question about the one major change I'd suggest. That's another question you told me you might ask.
Yes,
please. I had a few notes on that as well.
Yep. Do it. What is?
You want me to go for it?
Yeah. What's a major change that you'd like to see?
I want CIG to stop infantilizing the player base. I don't need an armor that looks like it was wore by Captain Crunch. Like, I just want normal looking stuff, and I want my life to be hard. You know, we were supposed to get a bunch of stuff that was supposed to make our life hard, and I feel like, you know, they're working on the game, and I feel like everything is getting better, but at the same time there's this thing that keeps creeping in, I feel like, in every patch, where they make our life a little more easier, and I don't like that. You know, where's my solar flare and pyro? Yep. And that's just one of it. And like, we used to talk about the death of a spaceman, like every quarter we would talk about that. I haven't heard about it in a long time, and medical is sort of dead. They added med gel, but like, you know, now you respawn, you have all your armor, and that was supposed to happen until we get crafting, but now crafting is in, but I still spawn with all my stuff.
Yep.
Man, make me suffer by something else than elevators.
Mate, I love your spirit. No, I actually respect that, man, because a lot of players kind of complain about it being like too hard in some aspects, or too tedious, and I love the fact that you're leaning the other way, dude. I think that was the original sort of dream as well. And they're making it too easy for Tako. Too easy for Tako.
Yeah, I want to suffer a little more, and I don't want to look like an idiot. You know, a lot of these, like, I don't know, man. One armor out of 3 looks good, and the other 2 looks like it come out of Fortnite, and I don't like that.
Yep. Duly noted. All right, let's go into the patch notes then, if you've got time.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's bring them up. So 4.7 came out. They got a beautiful website here.
All right.
So let's look at the big stuff, gameplay. So Operation Breaker Stations. Now, I've done a couple of these. Have you done this event yet?
I haven't. No.
No? Okay, cool. What I'd like to talk to you about them is, I believe that the quality of this content, which includes this, it includes the ASD, which is a little story that's told as well, albeit with a bit of a disappointing anticlimax ending, and also the big giant worm as well, like you said, that has a bit of a story. So these are the things that give me hope for Star Citizen, these type of quality events, with a bit of story, using all the different like gameplay features that they have, like fuses, puzzles, combat, repairing, hacking, whatever, right? All the little building blocks that they have today. They kind of use them all to make something more than what we did for many years, me and you, is go down in those silly bunkers and shoot people and come back out. And we did that for like 10 years of our lives, right? So yeah. So for me personally,
it's refreshing.
Yeah, these are refreshing. They're very immersive. They look like AAA experiences when someone looks over your shoulder and is watching you play this stuff, and you tell them this is actually an MMO. I think that's quite mind-blowing. If you look at ASD, it could be a mission in some single-player game that you're playing, and yet you're there with your friends and you're doing a grind for an MMO. I've done it a couple of times. You end up like activating some laser systems that crack open a giant rock, and then you can go inside and mine all these valuable resources for crafting.
Hmm.
Is that something that you like? Do you like this stuff, or is it attractive?
I like
or
this
no?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I do like this stuff, and I think I heard this one is sort of instanced, so there's no PvP, or like you can choose if you want to, something like that. I do like that.
Yeah, it's actually I think so. You have a shared contract option, and you have a, I think, dedicated or something, which means that no one's
Right.
there. Yeah, so you can pick PvP or PvE, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great because not everybody has the same time budget, and not everybody likes the same stuff. So if you feel like you want to do the run but not get ganked by a bunch of people, you have that option, and I do like that, and the fact that they're sort of story driven definitely adds to the feeling of like purpose
Yeah.
in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So that came out in 4.7, and the next big thing that came out, my friend, was inventory rework. Have you?
Oh man, don't get me started on this rework.
Oh, you're getting started.
I've seen that. I've tried it. Oh man,
Please do tell. I'm interested.
Look, the UI looks fine.
Okay.
It just feels like that. Like what it feels to me is they took the inventory that we had.
Yep.
And they slapped the paint job on it, and they called it a rework. Yesterday, I dragged a gun from my inventory. We did the ASD together with Z-Man 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And before logging off, I dragged things in and out, and my gun just disappeared. Like I dragged my gun from my backpack to inventory and back, something like that. My gun disappeared, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." And then I tried to like move things from one place to another, and it would just not do it. Like you have to drag things, and if you don't drag them, it doesn't work. And sometimes it's the opposite. I don't like it. It could be network issues.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with the rework. But man,
okay, I get what you're saying. I think
I'm not feeling it.
It just clicked. What I think, because you're a software engineer, you're a coder.
Yeah.
So when you say when they say rework, and rightly so, is it true to say you were expecting a massive performance sort of reliability improvement? Is that?
Oh, I was expecting a massive architectural change in the background. How things are, how the pipes are laid in this system. Yeah. But it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like, they put a bow on it, a nice necktie.
It's almost like representing the same issues again in a different form to you to consume.
That's literally how it felt to me. Yeah. Very, very upsetting.
Yeah. Something that they added is area sort of looting. So when you're standing next to 3 boxes, right? And you just press inventory, you'll have access to all those 3 boxes, and those 3 boxes will be locked to you while you're looting them. I don't think anyone else can go in them. So there's this argument of this immersive world where you go up to a physical box and you engage with that single box, and then there's this case for quality of life. Where do you lean on with this type of direction for the inventory?
I lean back on what I said earlier about making my life easier. I'm a person in this universe. I'm not like I have 2 hands. I open this box, 1 box at a time. I pick a thing. I'm not down there with like my legs and arms stretched like I'm playing a game of Twister and opening containers and grabbing stuff out of them. Like it just doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah. Mr. Touchy Feel.
Yeah.
With long fingers. Into all the loot boxes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I do understand like they're doing this to make people's life easier, but I don't want that. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I have to go. I want to lean a little more on that argument and go back, because when we were talking about the Operation Breaker stations, you were mentioning the thing like it touches on multiple parts of the gameplay, like fuses, and you mentioned fuses. Did you notice that in the past few patches, ever since they started the fires, engineering and all of that, in your ship inventory, you always have fuses. You always have like the canisters.
Yes.
That's another thing that makes your life easier. Stop giving me the shit I need to, make things go right. It doesn't feel earned.
Yeah.
So, like yesterday, I was landing at one of the path locations, the Hathor locations, and there's a few doors there that you need a fuse. I just land there, open my ship inventory, grab a fuse, and open the door. It's so lazy.
Yeah.
I
love it. I love it. You're a hardcore immersive player. I love it. You want to play the simulator.
Give me a hard time, baby.
Yeah. I love it.
All right, sorry, rant over.
No, that kind of feeds in because you're right. The inventory system is going towards that kind of, let's say, arcadey type feel as opposed to that physicalized feel. So it makes perfect sense. It got me a little bit getting used to. Again, I'm not convinced that CIG do the best user interfaces at all. I think it's a bit messy, but it is what it is. And to me, I like going up to a box and interacting with it and my friends looking at the other box. Instead, I find that we're rushing into an area. Someone like rushes in the middle of like 3 boxes and press inventory, and then he's got all those boxes to himself, like locked in.
Yeah.
Even if he wants to or not want to, he might just be wanting to look in that one box, and he still kind of locks the area. So I'm not really a big fan of that, to be honest.
I'm with you.
But they've added a search bar, which is great, and
big win. And stacking works. Ish. Yeah.
So that was. It was a big patch 4.7, so massive Operation Breaker station event, inventory rework, and then moving on, obviously, the whole world of crafting, fabrication, and blueprints has been added to the game. And I sense that is something that has excited yourself. Any commentary, or for example, I'll give you my example. I wish... I play a lot of games that have got blueprints. I wish a couple of things. I wish the blueprints were a little bit harder to get. We've got this sort of cheesy thing happening where people join blueprint gangs, parties, and then they're just smashing out blueprints like it's just like selling French fries. And I understand that the blueprints that they're giving out is, for the P4AR or for whatever, but my critique at the moment is I wish they made them, like you say, harder to get, rarer to get, and with the UI and presenting, like when you do get something, a little like just the way that's archaic UI is presented is really boring with that just like text in the middle of the screen, like some sound effects, some color. I don't mind that stuff in a game, dude. I know it might not be immersive, but I do like a little bit of a jingle of a bell and something as a reward, for getting a blueprint. It doesn't have to be over the top, but anyway.
I do feel like that's coming with the communication rework, and hopefully it's a better rework than the inventory one. But you remember that communication rework they showed at the CitizenCon? Where you have groups and whatnot, like in the big chats. I think that notification thing we got now is sort of a remnant of the previous one we used to have, and it's sort of tied to that system. But I got a feeling that you might get your bells and whistles when they change the communication app. That would be great.
So what do you feel about the blueprint system? Are you joining giant groups and grinding out thousands of blueprints? Are you targeting your blueprint hunt?
I'm definitely not gonna do that. And it's the first time in a long time that I feel like I have a reason to do missions. I used to never ever do missions ever. I have no point for doing them, and I don't feel compelled to do them. And now I do. I will go through the pain of doing a mission I hate just to get that blueprint. And now we're going back to sort of the grinding discussion we had before, because I like those nice looking things. I want the nice gun. I want the nice looking armor, and I'll go through pain to get them.
Yeah.
So I like the way they did it. Definitely not going to join, massive groups to get the blueprints. I'm definitely going to go out there and get the materials by myself and all of that.
And you know what? That's a good bit of feedback. I mean, here you are, one of the veteran players, and the presence of blueprints has got you re-engaging with missions that you wouldn't play, which is, to me, a victory for gameplay developers, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You do know as well, though, you can make guns that are much higher quality, have better, like, you can get buffed guns from crafting. You do know that? Or not?
That you can?
You can, yeah. Like,
yes, I do know that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because you can, so there's
and I think that's fair.
More of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like make the player work for it. Like, I'm all for it. If the guy spent like 6 days looking for a rock in the middle of nowhere that's gonna make his gun better, awesome. He deserves it.
Yeah. And
if the guy just buys it from another guy who's just a miner, for example, I'm all for it too. Like, that's what people want to do.
Yep. I think it's awesome. It's got me equally motivated, and now I'm looking mining. I love mining, but I was getting a bit bored with it because it didn't really have. You just mine for money, and no one needs money much anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now I'm highly motivated to go find bits and pieces that I need to craft X, Y, and Z. So keen to see. And are you okay with it being at a physical fabricator? The crafting? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the way to go.
And do you foresee like different levels of fabrication and stuff, like depth being introduced that way, maybe like a large, small, medium, large, or high quality,
fabricators?
Low quality? Yeah.
I don't know about quality, but definitely sizes. They've shown this, right? I think even for base building, you'll have like ships fabricators.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I missed that bit.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah. And I'd be okay with like different types too. Like I don't need a massive fabricator if I'm just gonna make helmets or pistols.
Yeah.
I'd be nice to have like a toaster-sized fabricator I can stuck in my 300i and just print guns on them.
Yeah. Moving over to quality, man. So what I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's quality from 0 to 1,000 is I don't know why they had to go 1,000, but CIG. And 500 is the base. Like, to make a standard P4 AR that has no negative qualities, you have to have 500. So 500 is the base. Going up from 500 to 1,000 is a scale that gives you better quality gear, which is nice. Is that all cool? Sits well with you?
Yeah. I don't think it's perfect, but I don't think it's bad. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you don't want people to take their prospector and mine any rock and be just able to print a normal P4. Like, then everybody's gonna print P4s and everybody's gonna have like a normal P4.
Yeah.
I'm fine with having to work for it.
Yeah. My only small gripe ties into the inventory system, that if you pick up 10 different gems at 10 different qualities, they just can't stack. Because there's no way the database is going to remember it all or something, right? In one position.
Yeah.
So you have this messy potential for your inventory of just having single gems just littered about in your inventory, but it is what it is for now.
Technically, you could have 1,000 different stacks.
Correct.
Of the same mineral.
Correct. Yeah, it can get messy quite quickly. I'm not sure what they'll do about that in the future, but let's wait and see, I suppose. Crafting an item. Have you crafted your first item, Mr. Tako?
I have not.
Oh.
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. I'm still out there. I'm just sort of piling up on materials. I think I'll just stack thousands of SKUs of materials and then sit in front of my fabricator for 2 weeks.
Factory output there. Awesome. Okay. They've also, let's move on to ships and vehicles. We've spoken about the Aurora Mark II.
Yep.
Engineering balances, radar based. So I don't know if you've noticed, the radar's been kind of reworked. It's become a component, first of all, which you can swap out. And I think it introduces this depth of, now it's something that you have to be conscious of and put power to or take away power from.
Yes.
And as you do that, it has a massive impact on combat. Especially the distance at which the pips show up is impacted.
Yes.
I like it. I don't know if you've had an experience with it or felt it yet, or it's impacted your gameplay, or what your thoughts are on the radar.
It's a good question, because I'm doing mining lately, and I've been mostly in the Iron Halo. I haven't been sort of moonside yet, but definitely it's something I would consider. If I was to go down on the surface, I would probably be more mindful about my signature and from how far people can see me. And honestly, I'm just all for depth. Let the player choose what they want to do, how they want to play. And in a way, this sort of throws a wrench in the wheels of those single-seater fighter guys who are like kind of murder hobos and shoot at anything. I'm all for making their life harder.
I mean, I found in my small light fighters, and I haven't mastered this system yet, I went and got a stronger radar. Okay. But the distance that your pips come up, so you can target someone 4, 5, 6 kilometers away, but your pips don't show up, right? And your pips show up only at like 800 meters, which is really close. So I've got a better radar that maybe move that distance up to like 1,000 meters, for example, right? So it's forcing me to be very close range. So imagine when you're, I feel like this is a response to making turrets more impactful, because they're forcing me to be closer to the turrets, because I don't know if it's because it's strange, right? We're in the year 2954 or whatever, and your radar system doesn't give you a targeting platform unless you're 800 meters away. I mean, I can see the guy 800 meters away. And my systems can't target them. I feel like it's a massive design thing to make turrets small, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but
it could definitely sort of a balancing thing. I feel like it's been so hard for them to balance things, especially when it comes to PvP. And I feel like you're probably right. Like, it doesn't make sense from a physical standpoint, but maybe from a PvP standpoint, that's the solution they came up with.
Because now I've got to be very close to any turreted ship to lock onto them and hit them. With the pips. So new radar variants have been added, obviously, in the shops. I went and bought something that was slightly better. So all in all, it adds a little bit more depth to ship systems, ship combat, maybe into exploration and stuff later. I don't know. You give more power into your radar or something. Moving on from that, Wicolo's got some new ship offerings. The RSI Apollo Triage with upgraded components has been added to Wicolo contracts. Do you engage with Wicolo, Tako, at all? Or not?
I haven't really been interacting with him, but I was kind of desperate before 4.7 came out, and I was working my way up, if you will. And now that crafting is here, I don't think I'll ever touch Wicklow stuff ever again.
Fair enough. Wicklow's dead in the water. Gotcha.
It was the only other thing that felt like doing missions would give me something.
Yeah. Yep.
Other than money.
Yeah. I've kind of struggled with Wicklow. It just seems all too daunting, like for me, for some reason, to get.
Yeah.
So we did focus one afternoon to get me the Apoa Wicklow version of the hover bike thing. So I do have that.
Right.
And we always talk about doing more of the stuff there, but yeah, you got to really understand what he wants, and then where do we get it from, and basic stuff like that. But it just, for some reason, I just end up going in and going, screw it, I'll just do an ASD run and shoot things. Anyway, so some additional interesting updates. One is large health increases for doors, ramps, and elevators. So as we all know, to get on board someone's ship, you shoot the door.
Yeah.
They've really buffed those doors, so it's not as easy, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like, when you look at all of this, they really, really want people to be close to each other and make it hard. Like, they increase the shields. We got armor. Obviously, because you have to fight so close to the ships, the turrets can engage with you. They also then increase the health of doors and whatnot. It's interesting what all of this leads to. Like, I feel like they want people to get closer to each other, like maybe board each other, but then boarding each other is a little harder. You really got to take those shields down, that armor down. I feel like they really want that PvP to feel earned, like that the boarding, and I do like that. Make us work for it. That's all I want.
Yeah, you need to be organized. You need to work as a group and all that sort of stuff, as opposed to just some guy floating up to your back door and shooting and coming on like by himself. Awesome. Some new hairstyles. We won't go through that. What's People's Services Station? Implementing. Oh, that's in Nix for the People's. There's service stations. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's okay that it's in Nix, I suppose, but there's. I just hope they don't. I don't have a staff error, but
okay.
Refueling is something that I'd like to see in the game and people get engaged in, and I just hope that they don't kill it off by adding too many service stations and stuff. But not kill it off; it's already dead. I'd like it to be given birth to properly. Refueling.
Yeah. That's another thing, I mean. Making players' life easier is something that really bothers me, and I feel like that's another one. Don't let me jump from fucking New Babbage to Orson in my Wolf and let me run out of gas and have to call a guy to fuel me up. If you try to do that right now, it's gonna tell you not enough fuel. And I don't know. I don't want it to be as deep as like EVE Online, and I need like 3 spreadsheets to calculate if I can do my jump. But I do want it to. I want to have to live with the consequences of my choices, and have to measure my risks.
I love you, Tako. You're a man after my own heart.
I love you too, man.
Like, I love the hard corners because I kind of lean that way as well. I love it. Weapons. Let's just have a quick read. Newly updated visual material and textures. Whatever. Additional weapons. We've got new stuff. Don't really want to, unless there's anything that's sticking out for you. And obviously VR updates. So VR's been, I haven't done it, dude. I can't do VR because I feel sick.
Right.
Apparently it's been outstanding in SC. People have been blown
Can you
away.
imagine?
Yeah.
Like the worm fight in VR. Like, yeah, I would be so for it if I don't think my machine can handle it, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I can't handle VR. I tried it many years ago.
Right.
And, yeah, I can't handle
Your
it.
physical machine.
Yeah, my physical machine can't handle it. Man, all in all, man, 4.7's been. It's got a lot of technical issues still, which is disappointing. I'm not seeing that kind of trend where it's weird. It's ironic, dude. It's more playable. Like I sit with my friends and we play it, and we used to have 30Ks, so it is on the right trend, right?
Yeah.
What's not on the right trend is those basic stuff that I believe should be on the right trend after 10 years, like swapping weapons, desync, things like that. Like people promised me server meshing was going to decrease desync massively. It really hasn't, to be honest. Yesterday I was playing, the last 3 times we were playing, the NPC in ASD were teleporting and desyncing and moonwalking backwards, and it was just a complete mess, right? The netcode is just a complete mess.
To touch on this, I do remember, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a SC Live, and Benoit Beauséjour was called, like, during the SC Live, and what's his name, Disco Lando, asked him, can you make a post about the desync? Like, people want to hear what's up with that. And he said he's going to do one. And I don't think I've seen anything yet.
I think you're right,
but I think he's, like, when he makes a post, it's so detailed. Like, he goes in so much depth.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just piling up data and making sure he words it right. But I hope we hear from him to see what's up with that.
And I love the way, like, he'll at least make me understand why it can't be fixed quickly. Or he'll be like, this bit of code has been sitting there for the last 20 years. The guy who coded it has left the company. None of us have any idea how it works. And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's not the best outcome, but I understand at least what's going on, like,
right.
Yeah, so God bless him. It's not an easy position to be in, facing into the internet as a CTO for CIG.
No, definitely not.
Tako, thank you so much, man. I feel like I have gotten to know you better, dude. You're a master forger. You had a knife shop. You started off with the love of trading, and now you're going into crafting. And yeah, man, I wanted to thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it as well. The interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I hope I'll come back.
Yeah, definitely, man. If you're keen, absolutely. I want to get through, 3 or 4 skeleton crew members, and then we'll see if there's momentum. We can continue on with a couple of podcasts once every couple of months. All good, mate. Thank you so much, Tako. And
thank you so much too.
And all you viewers at home, thank you so much for hanging out with us. The latest episode of Skrew News, and we will see you in the verse, guys. 07s. Bye for now.
07.